But sometimes you just have to take it to that level. Sometimes that's the only way, only direction you can really go. It's to take it to that insane level. Because if you don't, then you're not really living. Sometimes to live means to take it to a level of insanity. Which is why I spin boy. Because that gets me to that level of insanity. But I always have control over my insanity, which separates me from a psychopath. Because a psychopath is somebody that has insanity without control over their insanity.
Ah, so then what does that make you?
That makes me an insane person who still has control over their insanity. So I'm not a psychopath. Which means I'm not a danger to people that are around me. So, I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you're going with that either. You have left orbit.
So,
I think you're Jupiter, maybe?
so who here likes cereal?
I do?
You like cereal?
Yes.
What's your favorite kind of cereal?
Rice Chex.
Rice Chex.
Yes.
Rice Chex are good. I'm a fan of Count Chocula. Now, when I was growing up as a kid, my mom would get me Count Chocula. One day I wanted Boo Berry. They came out with this thing called Boo Berry.
I remember that stuff.
And I saw a commercial for it. It was right after G.I. Joe. I was watching G.I. Joe. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Very specific memory.
Yeah, I was watching G.I. Joe, and I was eating my mom used to make me toast with cinnamon on it, cinnamon toast.
Yeah.
So I used to eat cinnamon toast in the morning. I was watching G.I. Joe. And, you always learn a lesson from each episode of G.I. Joe, because at the end of the episode, they always teach you something. Well, anyways, I'm watching G.I. Joe, and this commercial comes on for this new Count Chocula flavor called Boo Berry. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, Boo Berry. I'm like, I really want that. So, I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, when you go to the store, please get me Boo Berry. And my mom is trying to reason with me, like that I shouldn't have it. Because, you know what she tells me?
What?
You know what she tells me?
What?
She says, you're not gonna like it. I'm like, fuck that, Mom. I saw the commercial for it, and I fucking bought it. So when you go to the store, I want the Boo Berry. I'm like,
I hope you didn't tell her fucking.
It has ghost marshmallows. So when you go to the store, rather than the Count Chocula, please just get me the Boo Berry. Because I saw the commercial for it, and I decided that I want to have that instead of the Count Chocula.
Oh my god.
So my mom's like, she's like steadfast on the whole thing about me I'm not gonna like it somehow. She's like, I'll get you that, but you're not gonna eat it, you're not gonna like it, and then you're gonna waste the whole box of cereal. And I'm like, how can you say that when I've never had it? I haven't had it yet, so how can you just assume that I'm not gonna like it? But, that was pretty much how it went, So I've never in my life had Boo Berry because of that. And I still wonder to this day if I'm missing out on something.
You are. It was actually pretty epic.
Yeah, I missed out on that. So that's my cereal story.
Your cereal story?
That's my cereal story. So I'm trying to think of something else to say, but I'm not. Maybe Faye would like to talk.
I would love to talk.
Okay.
But you
Whoa.
have to take over the
Well,
camera again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to lower the microphone down
Oh, shut up.
to like here,
That's totally. Hey,
to like Bilbo Baggins level.
wait a second. No, that is way too damn short.
Okay, well we'll put it up a little higher there for you. There you go.
It's a bit back.
There you go. And
It's a bit high.
And I guess I'm recording. I'm assuming here.
Yeah. Okay, so I've never tried any stand-up comedy, but apparently my friends think I'm hilarious. So it's kind of a stand-up comedy story thing. So, let's see here. What's a good one that's happened recently? Okay, so, last night, I was playing around with zombie makeup, and, because it's the zombie walk was today. And so I posted some pictures on Facebook, and I was like, I'm so proud of it. And my friends, like, for a while, they were all freaking out, going, oh my God, Faye, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. That looks infected, go to the doctor. Peroxide, bandages, you know, gangrene. I was like, okay, it's all fake. And they're like, oh, okay. So apparently my mother, who is overseas right now in Europe, saw the pictures and didn't read the captions or the comments or anything else on them. So she's over in Germany. So I get this Facebook message. I'm on the platform going down to Dallas on the train, dressed as a zombie, and I get this Facebook message. Jen, are you okay? And it's all in caps. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, why do you ask? And she's like, I'm just wondering. And yeah, so I weasel it out of her that she apparently thought that something really, really bad had happened to me. And apparently that that feeling was echoed by another lady on the train. And I'm sitting there, and I have my bottle of glue, which is, well, my zombie prosthetics were glue, cocoa powder, and red food dye. Yeah. So I have my blood, and I'm fixing up one of my my glue prosthetics, and they look really great. I'm fixing one of my glue prosthetics with my blood, and this lady walks in. And she comes up, she's like, oh my God, honey, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, I'm sure. And she's like, because you look like you've gone through hell. And I'm like, zombie walk. Like, that explained anything to her. I'm pretty sure, you know, she had to have been at least 65. Yeah. She was a real southern lady, though. She was a sweetie. Once she realized it was makeup, she was like, I have to know, how do you do that? I'm like, I told her the formula, and she's like, cocoa powder, huh? And I'm like, yeah, it adds that nice, whenever it dries, dry, dark blood feel. And she's like, you know, that's pretty awesome. So that's my kind of funny / interesting personal experience story. Let's see here. How about one from my childhood? So, name something you generally go through in childhood, and I'll see if I got a story for it.
I've actually got a really good one.
No. Tell me.
Huh?
No, tell me what childhood experience. Oh, my necklace is backwards.
Okay. How about when you're a child and probably one of my funniest experiences as a child is when you try and ask somebody out, like in elementary school, and you get shot down, and you don't really know like how to handle yourself after that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. This is really awkward, but his name was Daniel, and it was 5th grade, and he'd always seemed really nice to me and supportive, and you know, we talked a lot, and it was really nice. And so I was like, I never really understood at that time the whole concept of girlfriend boyfriend. Really, I was kind of like, oh, it's just something you do when you grow up, and I felt like I was grown up for some strange reason, which now, even now, I don't feel like I'm grown up, you know. So I look back at, 11-year-old me and I go, what the hell was she thinking? Because clearly I was not grown up. I'm still not grown up. But we get further every day. So I remember it was, 5th grade, and it was actually in October, and my mom was like, hey, we'll throw a Halloween birthday party. And I'm like, oh, awesome, because I always wanted to have a party during the school year so all the kids could come. Because I thought that was the reason why. Apparently I was not popular. I was oblivious. I'm still pretty oblivious to that whole thing. Like, if I'm popular or not, it doesn't matter, but it's funny. Because, like, at that time, I was absolutely oblivious. So I give him an invitation for it, and he's like, oh. And he looks like really, really uncomfortable, and I'm like, you don't want to go, do you? And he's like, well, it's just that's on Halloween, and I don't think I like you enough to spend Halloween with you. Yeah, there's my personal rejection story. And sure enough, like, less than 3 days later, Natalie, and it's funny, I still remember both of their last names, it's funny. Natalie announced that she was having a Halloween party, so the 20 or 30 people that were supposed to show up to mine went to hers instead, so. But popular, unpopular, it didn't matter. I had all my great friends there, and I got to be Dorothy from Wizard of Oz and carry a basket, but instead of Toto, I had my stuffed snow leopard Langley with me. It was, really kind of sad, but it was awesome at the same time. It was the last Halloween I had with my dad, so, special times. It was awesome. And now I think I will turn it over to Brian because I think he has something to say.
I did.